to Ever After, a Once Upon a Time podcast. Season 7, Episode 8, Pretty in Blue.
In an attempt to prevent a distressed Alice from running away, Henry and Ella follow her into Wonderland. Henry realizes that Ella has a surprising connection to this strange world, and Jacinda reconnects with an old friend.
I am your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is...
Martha Southgate.
And...
Rob Southgate.
Okay, an old friend.
An old friend?
Like, really?
Well, he was
it was
an
her
old friend.
ex. I don't know about that.
Kind of.
Yeah, she hadn't seen
An
him in
old
10
flame,
years.
maybe?
She obviously wasn't very thrilled by that.
Well,
but
and he's Lucy's father, and he hasn't seen her in 10 years, and he just acts like, oh, yeah, I'm her father. Oh, we're buddies. Yeah, look at Jacinda and I, we're buddies.
He's like,
Everything's
oh, hey,
good.
Jay.
Yeah.
I'll do anything for either one of you.
And
But they've been destitute all this time, and
Yeah.
he didn't help
she
with...
got her kid
Well, and
taken away.
I thought they were going to make it be that he was a bad guy, but then
No.
he's like, his friend, it's Jack, and it's going to be Jack and the
Jack and the
Beanstalk
Beanstalk, yeah.
But they have to make him a bad guy. It's got to flip. We've got to find that he betrays Henry,
Okay.
and he becomes a bad guy. It's got to be.
Okay.
Well, they did the Star Wars quote. I think that it's going to be like Lando or something where he's going to try to be
yeah, where he
Jacinda,
betrays him.
Where he's going to try to be with Jacinda.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she would be Princess Leia.
I don't get your reference, but yes, I agree with you.
Okay, so you don't understand what I just said?
No.
No.
But that's okay.
Okay. Before we get into it, I just want to get our social media out because I think that it would help for people to be able to communicate with us. So real quickly, our Twitter, and we'll do this at the top here. We won't do it at the end. Our Twitter is Ever After Pod. So follow us on Twitter at Ever After Pod. Follow us on Facebook at Ever After Podcast. And you can also send us email at southgatemediagroup@gmail.com, and that goes right to us.
Yep.
See, I got it all out. And we have a
Nice.
Patreon. You want to support us, you can go to Patreon. Just look up Southgate Media Group. And Martha, you had a great idea today. When people, when they are patrons on Patreon, and let's say they give $5 a month or whatever, we need you to make sure that you let us know. And we'll give you a shout out on
That
here.
you're fans of Ever After.
Yeah, that you're a
Yeah.
fan of
'Cause
Ever After.
It goes over the whole network, and so we don't know a lot of times which shows the patrons actually listen to.
Right. So if you're a fan of Ever After, let us know. I think you can do it right on your Patreon thing. I think there's a category for that. But if not, send us a note and say, hey, I just supported you guys. In fact, if you tweet it, which would be awesome because then it lets other people know, you could use the hashtag afters, and then we would know. Cool?
Okay,
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Now we can get into it. Yes.
Something I loved was when Alice put Drizella through the looking glass. She threw a mirror on her, and she went through the mirror into
So
another
cool.
world.
Yeah, that was
I
one of
loved
the
when
coolest things.
I
Jacinda
loved
drank the potion and went little.
Yeah.
And went through the door
Yeah.
and everything.
And Henry was looking down
Yeah.
at her.
He couldn't go through.
And he's like, and then he goes, really? She had to go through the little door?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I thought the Wonderland stuff was really cool. I
Yes.
loved seeing the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, like
Oh,
stuff that
yeah.
we've seen
Fun.
differently before, like when they did Ever After in Wonderland.
Yeah, we didn't have any Iggy
Okay.
Pop.
Right, we didn't have Iggy Pop this time. So I liked that.
Yeah.
I liked that it was different. So big positives there.
Agreed.
The story that Ella was telling, almost until they changed the mom's name from Alice. In the other one, they told the exact story.
In Wonderland?
In Wonderland, and the other one in the miniseries, how she had the necklaces, and they were together, and they were searching for each other.
Yeah, it was the same
And
thing.
they were in Wonderland, and I was like, oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, you
and-
called it out while we were watching it.
They ruined that whole miniseries for me.
They would have, but it didn't.
And
pan
then they
out.
changed it, but I was like, oh my gosh.
If they
These two characters that have this beautiful happy ending, and it's like they had a little daughter in it, and it's just so happy, and I was like,
But you know why it wouldn't have ruined it, Mal? Because that story, that version of Wonderland, took place in the same continuity as Storybrooke. This is a different continuity because they've said it's a different Cinderella. It's a different Tiana.
Timeline.
They're all different.
I know,
So
but
whatever
those
happened
characters were the same. They
Yeah,
wouldn't
but-
have been different.
Well, no, they would have because Alice is different.
No, Dad. Those characters were Alice. She was that world's Alice.
Right. But what I'm saying is,
I don't
this
understand.
Alice isn't bleeding over into that Alice.
No, she isn't.
That story about the parents, it has threads, it has elements that are the same, but it was not, even if they had said that was Alice, it was not the Alice and the other guy from the other world.
Okay.
It just had the story elements were there. That's what they're playing with. They keep bringing in story elements that are similar, but they're completely different. So it doesn't ruin it. Even if it had turned out that they somehow said it was that, you can't have two Alices in the same spot. You don't have two Cinderellas in the same spot. You don't have two evil queens.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that would be crazy. That would be awesome.
But it worked out either way for you.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. So
Well, I thought this was really good. I loved Wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the poisoning.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is this food truck situation.
the food truck
Oh my
is
gosh.
dumb.
And now somewhere they got fryers and everything to outfit this
they
thing.
had just enough to buy this thing. It still doesn't have a door on the side. So what are they going to do?
It's
Open up the
gonna
U-Haul back
cost
and
like
it's ridiculous.
$10,000 minimum
To outfit it, right.
this thing.
Yeah, but Henry could put Christmas lights on.
And he put them around the windshield. Like you're
Yep,
not going to
which
get a
they
ticket.
They can't
You
use.
that's not street legal, man.
That's street legal.
I almost said
cred.
street cred.
That's not street cred, man.
Then I remembered it was street legal.
Oh.
Martha's,
I know all the lingity.
Yeah. See, she's
Lingo,
she's like
man.
Fast and the Furious.
Wow. You are.
There you go.
which
that you've
we've
never
never
even
seen.
watched.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I might have.
When?
I don't know. I just don't want to seem like I don't know pop culture.
But you haven't. Seen
I
it.
don't. I haven't seen. Danny
Yeah, but
hasn't seen
you're
it.
what? 7?
7?
Wow.
How old are you now?
Wow. I'm 11.
You're not 11.
You're not even 11. Wait.
You don't turn 11 for a few more weeks.
You're 10.
And you're not allowed to say it.
Mom, no. You used to always say, you would keep saying, oh, she's 11. No, it was months
Oh.
before.
I
We
said
are
you would
not.
be 11
Yes.
at that time.
And now she
Wow.
always says, no,
Family
you're not
fight.
11.
You're not 11.
Family fight. I'm 10. I'm 10 years old.
Okay. My my joke.
There's a whole
was that you were
dance there that
7,
you all
but
missed.
Yeah. No.
There were
Yeah.
chicken flaps. And there was
What is happening?
Are these chicken flapping your wings?
Ew.
What? You're flapping
Why
your
would you
chicken
say
wings.
ew?
I don't want to eat chicken now.
Okay.
Why? We
Because
just
it's got
ate.
flaps.
What else did you think
No,
of
that's
the
wings.
episode?
Like a
No, you're
skin tag or
flapping. No, like
something.
Ew. Oh. Where is this episode going? I want to know
How it flaps
what else you
in
guys
the wind. There.
What wind?
what else you guys thought of the episode. I'll tell you what. Most of the episode, I kept thinking I didn't like the episode.
Okay.
Oh.
I did like Wonderland.
I liked Wonderland.
Yeah.
But I know exactly why I didn't like it.
Okay.
I really don't care about Jacinda.
No, I don't like her
at
at
all.
all.
And
She was better here.
she was, but I don't like her. And when Lucy was on, I don't like Lucy.
I don't find
There's
them
something-
to be.
They're not charismatic for me.
No, and I don't find them to be. I have a hard time being able to conjure up any compassion
Right.
for their lot in life. And she kept complaining through the entire thing. Well, every time she, like at the bar and stuff,
Yeah.
just everything is negative. Well, love doesn't work for me. Well, that doesn't work for me.
See?
Maybe because of your attitude.
She's
And
Yes.
they magically have an orphanage.
Okay, but wait, we're on this. Go.
I know.
She is very much a soap opera character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, this show is a soap opera,
But it's never been
but
in that
not
way.
like this.
Yeah.
She is
Yeah.
100% a soap opera character.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I was so
But
disconnected
I
on her
don't
scenes.
find her tragic.
Yeah.
And you know
I
what?
don't
And she has a
find her
hideous
someone
jacket.
No.
that I feel sorry for. I find her as someone who is an entitled brat who doesn't do anything to change her lot in life.
Now, you know why it stood out so much in this one?
Huh.
I mean, I haven't been liking her, but the reason I was having a hard time with this episode was the lawyer. It's not that I didn't like him. It's that they introduce a new character who is potentially going to be a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he is 100 times more charismatic. I
thought,
cared
boy,
about
why
what was
doesn't
going-
he just take custody and get her away from this woman?
I was like,
And he's got.
watching it being more attached to him who's been on for 30 seconds.
And did you hear he was saying, he said, oh, I felt so bad about what I had done with Lucy that I said if I was ever going to have another child, I wanted them to be proud of me.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, so I quit the band and I went to law school and I applied and I got in and I've been working and I'm a lawyer and it's like, and he was clearly rich. He had the, so he would give Lucy a good life.
I also don't understand why him being like a musician in that
was bad.
dumped on.
Yeah.
I get it that the implication is, oh, he was a loser. He's hanging out in his mom's basement and he had nothing going on. But it kind of sounded like he did. It kind of sounded like he was 20 and he was like, he had a band and they were doing stuff and he had a girlfriend and, like it kind of sounds like they were doing things.
But she just is
and then she
a
left
horrible person.
And he's like, I wanted to do this because I had to change all that. But what did she change?
Right.
And I know
then
that
she actually said, oh, well, yeah, Lucy's not proud of me now. She literally just said, like, well, I'm not changing.
Yeah,
well,
and I know that she was under the rule of the stepmother, but maybe not. If she
isn't.
If they're doing this with her and then this guy and she had this boyfriend, was she really?
No. And
no, she's an adult.
That woman is keeping her from going to college.
Yeah.
That woman is keeping her from a career. She has nothing. She has no ambition. She has no drive. She literally...
She wants to create a food truck that was Naveen's idea.
Yeah, at least Naveen was back.
Sabine
was back.
What? Oh, Prince Naveen is...
Right.
Is a man.
I know, but it sounds like it.
Sabine.
But Sabine was back, and I like her.
Oh, gosh, could she just be Lucy's mom?
Yeah.
But
that would
I
be nice.
just feel like this guy is coming back after 10 years of no contact, and she says, well, I've had her taken away twice. I would be like, what the serious heck have you been doing? Like, no one's giving this girl a check. There's like no one sitting there going, what is your problem?
Right.
Like, what are you doing with your freaking life?
She said, she's like, oh, well, I chose to give her away. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then you went and you cried about it.
Right.
And
blamed Victoria. I want to call her Veronica. Victoria, when...
And then had Lucy, and you put Lucy in an orphanage that she hates.
Foster.
No, this one's an orphanage.
Dear Lord.
I think they said orphanage.
Oh my god.
She's like, so I'm going to the system, going into the orphanage? Like, yes, you're going to the
Wow.
And they have an orphanage right in town, and Henry's just over there.
Well, don't we? Ours is like 2 blocks away. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought you were serious.
No.
I looked at it. I was like, really?
Oh, actually, Molly,
I tried putting you in, but
we didn't tell you this, but this is an orphanage. You're an orphan. You're the only one here.
Except
actually,
for
you
Cat.
and the cats. Yes.
It's a catfinage.
Right. So
Ooh, that needs
what'll
to
happen is you'll
happen.
wake up and find out that Mom and I are actually the Dursleys.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're
this
about
was
to have you
all
sleep under the
a
stairs.
curse, and your cats are your siblings.
I don't know what is happening with this podcast.
But
I apologize to anyone who's actually held on this
they're
long.
chicken wings. They're chicken flaps because the wings flap in the wind.
So
when are they flapping in the wind?
I am gonna not.
flap
I'm gonna
them.
pretend you guys aren't here, and I'm
Because, like,
gonna
you're
talk about
flapping the
show.
wing.
So
So Ronnie, Oh, I loved
her.
when she confronted Gold.
And
Yes.
And she looked at him and she goes, "All right, Gold, you shut up. I'm awake and I know you're awake."
Yeah, you're always
Yeah,
awake.
and he's like,
Oh, I loved
Who's
that.
Val?
I
Who's
don't.
that? I don't know who that is.
I was confused. I don't understand why he played it that way.
I don't know. It
I don't
doesn't
know.
matter.
It doesn't make sense to me.
No.
I'm sure there's a logical explanation.
It'll come
but
out.
To
Yeah.
me, it was
But I
just
thought
like,
her end of it was hilarious, and I was glad she did that.
Yeah.
even if he
And
had
then-
been more obvious about it
Yeah.
and been like, "What are you talking about?" And she'd be
Yeah.
like, "Get off it, Gold."
Right.
And he's just like, "I have no idea," and walked out. But he played it like they had him play it like he actually didn't know, even though we know he does.
Right.
It was very strange.
Yeah.
And then the bell thing obviously put a dagger into him a little bit, but it's like, I don't know.
No
A
pun
dagger?
intended.
Yeah. So his agenda is to.
What? I don't
Well,
know.
he's there to lose his life. He's supposed to be stabbed by the
No.
Guardian.
No.
Yes, the Guardian is
Because
supposed to
he
kill him
wants
with the
Alice
knife.
to take the dagger and become the Dark One.
Right.
Oh, they said she's the only one
Well, she can
that's
break the
supposed
curse.
to hold that power.
Yeah, I don't know if she becomes the Dark One. I think if the Guardian kills him with the dagger, the dagger's destroyed and he dies.
Okay.
So his only way out is to die, but that would break the curse if the Guardian uses it, so no one else
Yeah.
can use it. It's a bit convoluted.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
know
duh.
if that's really...
This whole season can be summed up by it's a bit convoluted.
Right.
So,
Jacinda.
Well, at the same time, I did have fun with some parts of
oh
this.
sure, I love it.
I'm
I'm
enjoying
having a
the
really
ride.
good time.
And I did
Okay.
really like when she did that. I wish they hadn't played it that way. I wish that he had said, "All right, dearie, like
Yeah.
we're and
All right,
I'm
dearie.
not the evil," and she could have been like, "I'm not either, but we got to
Right.
do something to stop
Yeah.
this."
Yeah.
So now he's gonna come out with it, and it's gonna be awkward. Like she's gonna
Yeah.
be like, "Why'd you pretend like you didn't know?" I mean,
Right.
it doesn't make any sense. Like,
Yeah.
why didn't he just say something? But at the same time, I'm overlooking that, and I loved that she confronted him.
I did too.
and I love
that
how
scene.
I love her so
Oh,
much.
yeah.
And I love her personality, and I love how she confronted him. And
I want to highlight Lana Parrilla here because if you watch,
did you call her Perella?
what's her last name?
Perilla?
Parrilla.
Okay.
She has
Not like Cinderella.
She has completely changed her performance.
Mm-hmm.
Once she became awake,
Yeah.
the way she delivers her lines
And the way she moves.
is now Regina.
It's so cool.
And when
Yeah.
she gets angry, it becomes the evil queen. Like
Yes.
she says things in a way that I go, this is not, when she was Ronnie, it was not,
Yeah, when she
This
was
was not
Ronnie, it was
there.
different.
Yeah.
she is doing an incredible
I know.
job.
Yeah.
She is fantastic.
And
I
the two
love
of them,
her.
her and Gold on the screen together, I'm like, there we go. It's making the show for
Make
me.
it happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we just need them.
And I think Drusilla, them fighting Drusilla is a great idea.
Yeah.
Lady Gothel or Mother Gothel
Yeah.
is okay.
I don't like
I don't
the
love
character.
her.
No, she's okay. They haven't done anything.
And
with
I
her. They
don't
haven't developed.
enjoy
her.
that
And I
she
don't
was
know what
with
she
Hook.
did on the cake, but Regina dumped the cake into the garbage,
Right.
and I was like,
She poisoned it or something.
I would have eaten it out of the garbage. So I would have totally George
You would have
Costanza
been
that
George
cake.
Costanza. It was on top.
It was on top, and there's no bag. There was like nothing. Like it's just on top. And 5-second rule, man. I would have been all over that
Yep.
cake, and I would have been
And you can't
poisoned.
tell me that Hook wouldn't.
What do you think she
And,
poisoned
okay.
it with? What do you think she did?
Who knows?
I don't like
Maybe she just
that
peed in it or
Hook
something.
was with the with Mother Gothel. I don't think that's very Hook-like.
Well, he doesn't know. He has no idea.
He thinks she's Eloise.
Yeah.
No, but he was.
He thinks he saved her.
No. In the fairy tale world, Hook was with Mother Gothel, and he birthed Alice.
He didn't birth.
Well,
Well, yeah, but it wasn't.
He
Wait a
did
minute.
not birth a baby.
Yeah,
she birthed
But Molly,
Alice.
No, it was
he thought-
magic.
yeah, it was magic.
I know,
She was
no.
pretending to be Rapunzel, and she
He was with
convinced
Rapunzel.
him.
I know, and then
So-
in this world, but they're still kind of like, they're making him act like they're having like her still be like liking him.
No, I don't think so. She didn't
Yes.
like him there either. She didn't like him in the other world. No, she didn't. She used him. She manipulated him.
They literally just said, do you want to see your Rogers? You want to see your pirate?
Right, but that's because they were implying that there's some kind of relationship. There was never anything. And even now, her bringing the cake, there was no way she brought that cake to be a friend. If they do that, then this part of the storyline is...
Where did she find a kitchen?
Incredibly dumb.
I don't think she baked it.
You didn't see this part. She has a food truck.
She's still living up in that fan room.
And Henry,
like, why?
Yeah, I'm like, why is she still up there?
What is she doing up there in the fan?
At this point, wouldn't she leave the fan room?
They must have paid a lot for that set or something. Like, they don't have enough sets, so they just went, let's just keep sending her up to this tower.
Because she had to bring dirt up there to grow some plant when she could have just been outside now.
I don't understand. It's the weirdest storyline. Yeah. That storyline makes no sense. And then she and Ivy, or what the heck her name is, Drusilla, are back up there. I go, what are you doing? Like, who the heck would keep going back up there?
Why do you want to go? And like they the whole casket up there.
Yeah,
oh my god!
And then they couldn't get the lid off.
Oh, you found her? I'm like, what the freaking hell?
Yeah,
how did you get to the whole office building?
Right. And then, wait, even better.
Did it have wheels?
Yeah, it was on wheels. If you watch the scene, though, when she opens it and Mother Gothel is at the back of it, and she doesn't look in, she watches her pull it, and then all you see is the close-up to show that she's not in it, and then Drusilla just keeps squeezing the pillow. Like, why is she squeezing the pillow? Does she think she's invisible or something?
Anastasia's head is in there or something.
Wouldn't you just go like, oh, what the hell? Like, where is she? You know,
maybe there was like a shrunken head tribe or something, and it shrunk them and then shrunk her and put her in the pillow.
You gotta watch it though, because she does it once, and then it either cuts away and then comes back and she's squeezing it again, or she squeezes it multiple times in the same shot.
Hilarious.
But it's like,
oh my gosh,
it's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And it's not
Sometimes
until she says it.
Squeeze those pillows.
It's not until those aren't pillows. It's not until she says it and squeezes the pillows that Mother Gothel finally looks up like, oh,
where'd she go?
So
and then she's like, Mother. Now she's got to go to jail and go ask her mom where she hid her sister.
Yeah, we haven't had any of.
Well, maybe she's resurrected the sister already. Could be. So the sister's going to walk in, and she's going to and she's controlled by the mom because the mom put a heart into her, and she can talk into the heart and control it. And
well, that would mean
I thought that Mother Gothel had to give her had to grow the thing to make her come alive.
I'm just telling you, there's a possibility.
And that Lady Tremaine didn't want her to grow the thing for some reason.
Grow the thing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, are we done with this one?
I think we are.
No, I feel like we didn't. Okay,
I feel like
we didn't make fun of. Now, I love New Order.
Yeah, I do too.
I love Bizarre Love Triangle. But my gosh, they keep trying to force this 80s music thing in.
But you know why? Because they're trying to tie it to younger Henry.
How he
liked Yaz.
That was the only thing.
But he liked 80s music because it was the music that that Emma had liked when she was younger. So that was his connection, and that's kind of how he got into that music. So he was like, Mom, it was your favorite. Back then, he was like, she showed him Yaz, and he discovered 80s music because of that.
I understand, but then Nick walks up.
But here they're just forcing it.
That's my third favorite song. I'm like, my gosh. Like, so
that's
ridiculous.
The best song.
Dialogue.
Everyone says it's that. Oh, but everyone's wrong, right?
Yeah, so cheesy.
Yeah, it was
it's forced and weird.
Yeah.
So I have to laugh at that. Okay.
We have to laugh at everything.
The squeezy pillow, the food truck. I can't think what we've missed.
All right, is that everything?
The soap opera-ness, the gold Regina. What did you call her last time?
Oh,
Rajoni.
Gold Rajoni. See,
and
he'd be Goldweaver.
And Alice in Wonderland was cool.
Oh, Goldweaver. That's why they named him
song.
Weaver. No,
No, that's why
Gold
they called
Weaver,
him that.
because he's the Gold Weaver.
Because he's Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh, yeah.
Now we know.
The Weaver, yeah.
He's a Gold Weaver.
So.
Oh, okay. So we missed a lot. So there's this curse that
Now, are you going back to episode 1 of the whole series? Because I cannot
What is
go through the whole
happening?
thing.
I don't understand what's happening. Are you starting at the beginning of the episode again?
No. I'm talking.
To who?
The listeners.
Okay.
So if they've stayed this long.
Okay.
So there's this curse, and it's this mark on your hand, on your arm,
on your wrist.
If you touch the person you love, then
Well,
their
how did we not
heart
talk about
hurts
this?
so badly, and they feel like they're gonna die.
And old Young Hook,
What?
when Alice said,
Yuck.
"When did you get so young?"
Yeah.
Yuck.
And so he's old Young Hook, but he had said, "You can't hug me because I'll die," and she said, "No, I had it cure. I had it fixed."
Yeah.
And then she hugged him.
And then she
hugged.
hugged him, and now what?
He's not
his
dead.
heart
No,
went-
nothing. He's going to be
His
fine.
heart
'cause
went green.
He's fine because
No,
he's
'cause
back
it went-
in whatever.
Back in
Hyperion
black.
Heights. Yeah.
Hit the
Back in
sack.
black.
Yep.
What? What does hit the sack mean? Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. But I'm doing the song.
Yeah.
The words to the song. And that's as far as I know. Those words.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
So he had a green heart.
And I think it's red
And she's
now.
freaking out that she killed him.
Okay. To me,
Who do you think screwed her over on that one?
Drusilla. She
Drusilla,
said
she said it.
What?
you
I
were
missed
asleep.
that.
She said it a lot.
I hit the sack.
Yeah. Back in black.
Eh.
All right.
I think we've all.
I think
lost
that's it. I think that's it.
It's time to go.
I'm going to give you guys a chance. Final thoughts? Anything? Anything?
Do we ever?
No.
No.
Every once in a while, Molly does.
No.
You
She
never
just
do.
did. She just did, though.
Yeah, her final thoughts might be her final thoughts of the evening.
Eh.
No. Your final thought about the thing on her wrist.
Oh, yeah.
That
True.
Yeah, that's my final thought.
All right. Well, that's it. Follow us on social media. We gave it at the top of the show. It'll also be in our show notes. And please support us on Patreon. And let us know when you do on Twitter with the hashtag afters. Wow, we almost sound professional as we near the end of 7 seasons. We finally
Wow.
have started figuring things out. Let's end this the way every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after.
The end.